right, we're going to be doing something very unique over the next series of days. If you watch this channel, you know we like to go to amusement parks and different places on vacation and some junk stores and a little bit of that, a little bit of this. We're going to be doing something totally different though. We are going to be doing some home construction. Now, I'll say this, I have zero expertise when it comes to building, constructing, remodeling. I can paint and I can do a few things if somebody is helping me, but we've got something that we're going to be doing and we're going to have some help on it. We're going to be adding a bedroom to our home. Now, a couple years ago, 5 or 6 years ago, we had debated about adding on to our house, possibly a bigger living room or a master suite, and we decided not to. And so after a little bit, we decided, you know what, we'll just stick with what it is. We have 3 bedrooms, and all 3 bedrooms are pretty small, standard size probably for a house built in the 1960s. But there's 3. We have 3 boys and us, so that really is 4. Now Ethan and Brady, they're similar in age. They shared a room, but it's tight. Ethan's almost 17. Brady's 14. There's a gap there, and then you've got Lincoln, who's 5. There's a huge gap there. So we decided we're going to take our current living space and try to get a bedroom out of it. We actually moved Brady down into the basement. We do have a basement, and I had a basement room when I was a teenager. He moved down there for a while, but you got it's hard to live in a basement. You've got, just the dampness and all that. We had dehumidifiers and air purifiers, and it just didn't work for him. He stayed there for a while, but he always had allergies and stuff. So he moved out, and he's kind of been a boy without a room for a while. He moved downstairs, and then he was sharing a room with Lincoln, and then all his stuff was still in the basement except his bed, and then he slept on the couch for a while, no joke. And then we kind of made him a makeshift room, and we have a pretty large dining room. It's 12 foot wide, and then I think it's almost 30 foot long. That's the kitchen and the dining room together. And I thought, you know what, we could take the end of that dining room, it has a window, and we could make him his own bedroom. And so I thought, all we could do is build a wall, put a door in. He's perfect. He's got pretty much the same size room that he would have upstairs if he had, compared to the other 3 rooms. And it's building a wall. If you're going to do construction, that's probably about the most basic. And Brady actually built a wall this summer at work with someone. He kind of assisted them, and he said, I think I can do it. And, we were debating about it. We kind of put it off. But we actually have a family member that's going to come in who has built houses over the years. And he's actually going to build this wall for us or help us build this wall. But we have to completely clear out the dining room. We have to completely clear out his makeshift room. And we're actually going to pull the floor up because our floor is old. It was here when we bought the house. We've been here 15 years. So we're going to take up the kitchen and dining room floor. We're going to document all that. And then we're going to build this wall back and kind of show the process for somebody and us who has no construction experience, but we got somebody to help us. There's kind of a lot of confusion. I'll probably never show any of this, but I thought I would document it, and we'll see what happens. So we got our kitchen area and a dining room area. In the dining room, pretty much the kitchen ends here where the island does, and our dining room is here, which is okay size. And then the other side is the side that Brady is kind of taken over. So imagine Brady's stuff not there. All these cabinets pushed against that wall. It's a pretty big dining room. So Brady's room, got a TV and such, and it's very makeshift. It's only been in here a couple weeks. And you see, well, there is a window, but there is no closet. So technically, it's not officially a bedroom, but we have another closet area that he's already had set up and he's just using. And so he didn't really need the closet. He's got plenty of outlets, so he does not need, when we build this new wall, it's going to be behind these cabinets. And there'll be a door right here. He doesn't need any power there because he's got plenty of outlets. He'll make that work. And in theory, the plan would be, Brady's 14. We build this room. 10 years from now, Brady, good chance he's not in the house anymore. He's got his own place. All we would have in the house probably is Lincoln. Ethan and Brady be out. We could technically take that wall down and have a big dining room again. So we're going to do it. We're going to do it official, but not. We're going to do it makeshift. We don't need to move power. And, eventually we can open that back up. Of course, it could be an office. It could be another room. It could be a grandkids room. Who knows? A toy room, whatever. But that's what we're going to do. It's going to make our dining room smaller. But this table extends, and this has extended for us because we had company over. So we make this smaller. It's plenty of space for us. We got some cabinets and such. We're going to repaint. The floor doesn't look horrible. It's been here. We've been here 15 years. It was here several years before that. It is a laminate flooring, but it was one of the first ones that they had in, and it has shifted and such. And so you get these gaps in the floor here. See that? It's all over. It's not supposed to be that way. And there's different gaps. You can tighten them up and do different things. But we're going to replace this floor. It's something that we've been meaning to do. And while we got the room empty, while we're going to be building a wall, why not take it up? And we're going to get a floor. The only thing is we don't have a plan for what we're going to do to the floor yet. But we'll get there. Maybe by Christmas. Move the table into the living room. Not ideal, but for a week or two, it's not bad. Room already emptying out. Going to tuck these 2 chairs in the garage. Then we'll start working in the other room. I'm going to store a lot of Brady stuff in the garage. Some of it will go in the basement. Some of it will go into another room. But it's not long. And he'll be back and have an official wall. An official door, which he wants to have a thumbprint door, a door opening. It's not going to happen, but we'll see. All right, starting to move a little bit. Kind of collecting some of the Brady's items on his shelf so they don't get broken. All right, rugs up. You can see some of the gaps in the floor. These kind of floors are made to move a little, not that much. Starting to stack a few things up here in the garage. Just temporary. All right. Down to the bare bones. Got to get this frame taken apart, hauled out, stored in the garage. Got a lamp in here, a few things on the walls, and then it will be empty. Okay. These cabinets that have food and extra bowls and utensils and stuff, they're heavy. Had to get them up a couple steps, but I made it. So all that's left is that, which I am not going to be moving quite yet. The top is full of glass. It does come off. The top does come off. The bottom is extremely heavy. It's full of stuff. And this is kind of I don't know if this has any value at all, and I don't really care if it does. But this was my grandparents. So my mom's parents had it, and then they got rid of it and gave it to my parents growing up. We had it in our house, and then they wanted to get rid of it, and I said, I'll take it. Because I didn't have any furniture, but I like it. And it's old, and it's beat up, and it's got some wear on it, but that's cool. I'm fine with that. I'm not getting rid of this. It does need a little bit of work, though. And maybe this is a good time to do some work to it. We'll see. I'm going to have to eventually empty it. I'm taking the floor up, and I'll take it up around it, and then kind of just move it, because you can scoot it, and then we'll see from there. This floor will be no more. I have no idea what is under it. Now, I shouldn't say that, because there's a few spots here. Remember, I said this floor slides. That is like some kind of a linoleum that I'm sure was in this kitchen at one time. Yeah, so you can see the pattern there. Is it under the whole room? Maybe. We'll see. It's gonna be messy. I thought this out better before I stacked Brady's bed and the chairs. All my tools are back there. Oh. So I couldn't find my crowbar. I got a hammer and a sledgehammer, which I don't think I'm gonna need. This should come up pretty easy, and once I get the first piece up, I don't know. I think it'll come up easy. Yeah, didn't even need a hammer. Just picked it up. All right, not quite half the room yet, but making our way. It's very simple. It's probably been like 6 minutes. I have a lot of old laminate flooring I'm gonna have to dispose of, and no turning back now, I guess. All right, got a couple pieces underneath this cabinet here that I gotta pick up, all the way over by the door. And starting to get into the main kitchen area. I'm gonna have to move this island, which does move, thankfully, and finish up around here, and then start cleaning, mopping, and the final prep for the wall that is gonna be built. Now, it's gonna be built pretty much, it's gonna start where that back of that cabinet is, gonna go this way. This side will be Brady's room. It's not a giant room, but it's pretty much the size of the ones upstairs, and it's perfect for him. It's perfect. It's got a window, no closet, so I know technically it's not a bedroom. I couldn't list it as a bedroom, but it could say it's an office if I ever decide to move. It's gonna look better in here. Not quite done yet, but underneath this laminate is some old stick down. It looks like wood. It's just like linoleum, or I guess that's what I call it. These like stick down tiles. I don't know if they were in a row or they were in, it doesn't look like they're in a row. It looks like they're in pieces. Underneath the kitchen area, old linoleum. Honestly, in a lot better shape than I thought. It's not coming up. It's not, which if I have to remove all of it, then we're in trouble because it's down really good. And I think underneath this would be concrete. I do not plan on pulling it up. I hope I don't have to. I think you can put whatever we want to do, put it right over top. Now it's for that part. That's dirty. All right, got everything up except what's right in front of the stove.